we can't read the middle or the end of the story and find out the theme from those parts. The theme is developed throughout the whole story, okay? So today we're going to talk about the relationship between all parts of the plot to the theme, okay? Because they are all tied in together, yes? All right, so on the Emperor's Seed, which we've talked about quite a bit this week, okay? What is the very beginning? Who's the main character?
Oh, what's his name?
Greg.
Emperor's Seed.
Oh, not.
Ling, that's right, Jesse, okay?
Not the
Ling
trick.
is the main character, okay? What's the setting? Japan, okay? If this was not set in Japan, could there be a story?
No.
Probably not, because if this was set in the United States, Anna, do we have do we have an emperor?
No.
No, we have a president. We vote a president in, correct? In
Correct.
Japan, they appoint their leader. So that means someone chooses their leader, okay? The leader chooses the next leader, which is the successor, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so what's a problem at the beginning?
Well, no, the emperor needs to choose.
All right, one of the problems is at the beginning that the emperor has to what?
Choose another emperor.
Choose a successor. So a successor has to be chosen. So he gives them a seed. He gives everyone seeds, correct?
Seed.
And he tells them to bring them back
In a year.
in a year. Okay. Nobody has to write this. Okay. All right. So the seed doesn't what?
Sprout.
Okay.
Sprout.
Now, Ling decides that he doesn't want to take it back, or take it to the emperor, correct? But Mom tells him to do what?
Be honest and
He
take it.
has to take it. So he takes it back, and when he gets there, everyone else's plant has what? Grown. Okay, but his has not. But what happens?
We find out the truth about the seeds.
That's right. We find out the truth about the seeds. That is actually the climax because the emperor is about to what? Appoint. That's right.
Appoint.
The emperor is about to appoint his successor. And who does he appoint?
Ling.
Okay. And he appoints Ling because Ling has been what?
Honest and truthful.
The resolution or the end is what? The emperor what?
So is it?
Well, no, because that's the following action. The emperor does what?
Tells him that he boiled the seed.
Okay, well, and he explains what?
Yeah, he did.
Why he what?
Did it.
Appointed, he explains, okay? He explains why he appointed Ling because what? He was honest. Okay, now, let's look up here. What are the character traits? We're talking about character and how this is related to the theme. What are some of the character traits of Ling? Yeah. He's honest. What else?
Would he be honest? Cause like he didn't.
No, he's not actually. He's not successful because the seed doesn't grow. But let's talk about this for a second. He does the right thing, so he's honest, yes?
Yes.
But before he's honest, before he takes the seed to the emperor, let's talk about what he is. Because he's what? He does fail, but that's not really the character trait that I'm looking for because he's not just a failure. A failure would mean he failed at everything, right? But he does fail. But he does something What does he do?
He waters it every day.
He,
Takes care.
okay, so what kind of, you're right. What kind,
Responsible.
all right, he's responsible and he's what?
Consistent.
He actually what? Cares, okay? Yes?
Yes.
He cares. He is actually doing what he's supposed to do because he cares about it. The other kids just noticed, hey, our plants aren't sprouting, so we're gonna what? We're gonna just substitute it. We're gonna just put in another plant. Okay? Alright, let's talk about the setting. How does that affect the theme? We talked about that. That's right. It's in Japan. If it wasn't in Japan, Jesse, we wouldn't have a what? Emperor. So I'm just gonna put emperor. That had to happen. The conflict. The main conflict is what? The seed won't grow. But he does what?
He's honest and takes it.
He brings it anyway.
Brings it
Okay.
anyway.
The seed won't grow when he's nervous, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Now, we're not going to worry about the summary in the box below, even though we're going to follow SWBST because this is a story and we're going to go back to this in a minute. But what lesson did the main character learn through all of these things? What lesson did he learn? It's important to be what?
Honest.
Honest. Honesty. Honest. All right, now, knowing all of this stuff, what is the theme? We said it yesterday.
Even though it's hard.
Okay,
stay honest.
even in difficulty, even if it's difficult, people need to be what? Okay. Now, we've put all of this together. At the bottom, it says, write a brief analysis of how the character, setting, plot, and conflict contribute to the theme of the story. Now, we're not going to write this, but we're going to talk about it for just a moment. The character trait that the character has, okay? So, Ling is honest, responsible, and he's caring, yes? He cares about being successful and doing his best. All of this is related to the theme because we know he's worried about taking that seed because it's what? It won't what? Grow. Okay, he's worried about that. So, it all ties in together. The fact that he cares and he's responsible ties into the fact that he's nervous about that seed, right? Because if he wasn't these things, then he wouldn't be nervous, correct? And if he wasn't nervous, then he wouldn't have asked his mom, should I really what? Take it, okay? And she would have never said what? Do it. Okay, you need to do it. You need to be honest. And he would have never taken it, which in turn would never have let him be what? The emperor. Okay? All right. Do y'all see how all of that is related? If we took out the setting, if we took it out, could we possibly have had the same thing? No. If Ling had been honest but not really responsible, okay, would we have had the same thing?
No.
If the conflict, if Ling had never been nervous about taking the seed, okay, and the seed had never had grown, if the seed had grown, would we have the same thing?
No.
No. Do y'all understand that? You had to have all of these lined up just like this in order to learn this lesson, for Ling to learn this lesson. Does everybody understand?
Yes,
Yes or no? Okay.